This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you in part by the Daily Herald.
Well, Dan, busy week for you guys, wrapping up earlier in the week. All-star game for a trio of your guys, Alex DeFranco, Andy Fator, and Bill Granato. How much fun was it kind of watching those guys be able to do some things? I know Alex scored 2 goals.
Yeah, Alex had a couple goals, couple assists. It's always fun seeing the kids get rewarded. I think the biggest thing is they had a great time. I think North had 4 or 5 kids. Waubonsie had 4 or 5 kids, and Central as well. And all those kids have played together growing up, and so they got to play with each other and against each other. And it was kind of neat for, I know Billy was on one team, and Alex and Andy were on the other team. So it's kind of neat for those guys to play against each other too.
And we mentioned Bill, same last name as you, your nephew,
yep.
Son of your brother Bob. How much fun is it to coach with Bob and to coach your nephew as well?
It's great. I mean, I came in when he was a freshman, and I helped out with when he was on the JV team. And then just kind of stuck with them here in 3 years of varsity. And it's kind of sad that we're here in our last couple months with them, but it's been fun just being together. I'm sure I get on him a little bit more than maybe I get on the other guys, but he takes it seriously and works hard at it. So he's been one of our good go-to players here for the last couple of years.
Now, restructuring the league a little bit in the offseason, where you guys are playing three games against 10 different teams in the league. I imagine you got to be sick of some of these squads. But what's it like getting that extra game, getting to know some of these teams a little bit better?
I like it from the standpoint that we've developed some rivalries. We've played Bartlett 4 times this year because we played them once in a tournament. They've had our number. And our guys, I guarantee you, remember that. So next year when we play them, or if we play them later this year, we'll remember that. It'll be a little bit of a rivalry. We've had some good games against Lincoln Way, some good games against York. Obviously, the Waubonsie, Naperville North, Naperville Central games are always fun to play in, and to be able to play those guys one more time during the year makes it even that much better. So I know with North, we're split with them right now. We have 1 more. With Central, we split with them. We have 1 more. So our guys are really looking forward to those games.
What's it like kind of figuring out the scheduling that goes all into it? Because talking with you earlier, you said between tournaments, between league play, between, potential playoffs and state tournament, you guys are going to be playing north of 50 games. What's it like kind of figuring out where you guys are going to be and on certain nights?
Yeah, actually this year it's been real easy because the league has made it easy. We're playing 30 games. So right there, you shoot for about 50 to 55 games. So right there, you've got 30 out of 50 games that you're going to play, and then add in tournaments, add in the state tournament, and you're right there at 50 to 55 games. We've played a couple practice games. We like to get Bennett on our schedule, so we played them 1 time. So it's been fairly easy this year. Last year was a little more difficult because we played in a separate league where we had to schedule our own games. This year, they've really been scheduled for us, so it's been pretty easy to maintain the schedule and keep up with. Now, playing 30 games, it requires us to play 3 games and a lot of weekends. I think in December, there were 4 weekends where we played back-to-back nights. And that's not easy, but every team has to do it, and that's just the way the league is, and it's been fun.
Mitch, one thing that stands out, not only additional games, but the league is really strong this year. And you guys don't have an easy road the last 4 between Central, Sandburg, Waubonsie, and North, arguably 4 of the strongest teams in the league. How do you kind of prepare your guys going into a stretch like that?
Well, like you said, our league is as good as this is my 3rd year coaching varsity here. This is the best I can remember our league top to bottom. The top 5 teams in our league, I think, can compete with anyone in the state. In fact, Sandburg, I know, has beat New Trier Green, I think, twice. Central's played them to a goal game. North has played them to a goal game. So our league is very strong, and we had some trouble when we first got into league play. We have a young team, and when we first we won a tournament in Indianapolis, came back, got into league play, and it was tough for our guys to keep up with the pace and the speed of it. And I think just over the past month and a half, we finally caught up, and we finally realized the speed and the intensity we have to play with night in, night out. And you could look at our record at the beginning of the year and to where we're at now. And at the beginning of the year, I think we were 4 or 5 games under 500. About midway through, maybe 1st or 2nd week in December, we've really turned it on, and I think we're 500 or above since then. And I think it's because they've gotten used to the speed and used to having to be mentally and physically prepared to play sometimes three games in a row. So it's been good. It's a process, though, getting them to be mentally prepared to play against these real good teams.
You mentioned having a younger team. I know 6 seniors have kind of seen league time this year at the varsity level. What has that group kind of meant to you as far as bringing along some of these younger players, especially when you consider that that was one of the first groups you came in with when you got in the program?
Yeah, they've been a dream. They really have. They've taken all the younger guys under their wing. They've showed them how to prepare. They've worked hard. And I think the biggest thing is they don't have attitude or anything. They're very kind to everybody on the team, and they really lead the team very well. I'm really going to miss this group of guys. Like you said, I came in with them 4 years ago, and they mean a lot to me. I've been through a lot with them. They're all really, really good kids, let alone hockey players. But they're going to have good futures, all of them, whether it's hockey or whatever they intend on doing here and beyond. So I'm really going to miss them. They've been great for our. We have 8 sophomores on our team, 8 or 9 sophomores on our team. They've been really good for them, and really showed them how to mature and become men.
One thing that kind of sticks out about hockey more than some of these other sports is, there's the high school teams and then the club teams that, unlike other sports, the club teams actually run through the regular high school hockey season. I know you guys have, 3-4 guys that do have to play both just because you kind of need the numbers.
Yeah.
What's it like kind of juggling those guys and trying to figure out who you're going to have on what nights?
Well, it's a challenge. I mean, every night it seems like we have a little bit different lineup going in. So what we did earlier in the year is just had guys play all over the place. They play with different guys every night, and I think one of the reasons we've been successful lately is because they all have played together. So we're sort of getting used to only having 2.5 or 3 lines of different guys or 4D or whatever it may be, and we're used to playing with whoever I put them out with. So it's tough night to night, but the guys that are double rostered have been really good. They're here when they don't have their other team, their games, and they manage their schedules well. They let me know when they're not going to be here. So we're well prepared going into a game, and our guys have responded well. It's been kind of seamless this year with the guys that we have double rostered.
I know I saw you guys about at the halfway point of the season at the Christmas tournament playing against Marist, and you guys had a tough draw in that tournament, one, and the other thing that kind of came with it was the game I saw you guys had 33 shots and only 1 or 2 goals.
Yeah.
It was kind of an issue, you got some of the shots, but you were having trouble converting them. What can you guys kind of do to coach that? It seems like it has improved here lately.
Yeah, well, I think it comes with experience. Like I said, we have so many young guys, so many sophomores on the team, and they're just kind of finding themselves now and scoring some big goals for us and creating some offense for us. It seems like it's either feast or famine with us. Once we get going, and if we get a lead or we get off to a lead, we're competitive the whole game. Once we're fighting up that uphill battle, and we get behind 2 or 3 goals, and we're fighting an uphill battle, we don't quite play the same. And I think that's just part of being a young team, the ups and downs of one night you have it, or one moment you do, and the next moment you don't. But we struggled early to score some goals, but of late we've been much better.
This time of year, as we look forward to the playoffs, 3-4 weeks away, special teams becomes really important. What do you guys need to? Is that something you need to improve on as we look forward to that part of the season?
Yeah, you're always working on special teams. Our power plays looked a lot better here of late. We had 4 power play goals against York the other night, which I was very happy to see. Our penalty kill has been good when we're aggressive. When we're not aggressive, not quite as good. One of the things we focus on is just staying out of the penalty box. We're a much better team. We're playing 5-on-5 hockey, or we have the man advantage. I think in that Christmas tournament, one of the reasons against Marist we had 33 shots or whatever, and we still lost the game, is because we were in the box quite a bit that game. We're not a team that could play 5-on-4 consistently throughout a game on the disadvantage. If we're on the advantage, fine, but playing at a disadvantage that just doesn't suit our team well. It really doesn't suit any team well. So, we look to work on penalty kill. In fact, tonight at practice, we're going to work on some penalty killing stuff and work a little bit on the power play as well.
Well, Dan, you mentioned the gauntlet you guys have coming up in the league. We'll let you get back to it. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.